Oh, where am I? There I am! The force of the law! Oh my god. I totally forgot. Welcome in, Evie. Welcome in, Tim. Welcome. Welcome. My name is Super Siri. I stream Mondays, Tuesdays, and Saturdays, and today we're playing Ace Attorney. Wait, what is his name? Apollo Justice. It's right in front of me. Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney, to be exact. We played the first game. Now we're playing the next one. I don't know which one's the second one here. 5 of them finished uploading and 9 are in queue, so 16 videos total. Oh my god. Whew. Evie, what videos are you making? Bakeamon, Cobrage, the Rage and Cobra Pokemon. Well, I mean, yeah, it's got Cobrage. It's got Cobra and Rage in the name. And type is Fire type and Fear type. Ooh. I do think it's interesting to have a Fear type. I hope y'all are doing well today. I hope y'all are doing well. Today, I haven't really done anything. Nothing worth noting. I played some Mario Party with my sister and hung out with her for a little bit. And, the only reason it took me a minute to get in here, sooner is that I was, looking at something my parents got, for themselves. That's really nice. Won't go into details. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool all around. I don't have coffee with me today. I already drank caffeine earlier, so I got water. It's not... Hold on, I haven't drank it yet. Let's see. Here it is. The water. Everyone cheer, it's the water. How do I... The water, everyone. I need to remember. I totally... I want to know, by the way, I have some white gloves so that I can do more like streaming requiring a camera. So that's something. Totally not related to anything at all. What? I don't know what you're talking about. But I got some fancy gloves. I don't know why I brought them over here anyway, but welcome in, Sir Memes. Welcome. Oh my goodness. Some of those videos had just been sitting in my storage since June, so I thought I might as well upload now since my replacement head strap doesn't come in until tomorrow. Ooh. Well, like I said, I hope they do well. If y'all are interested, I'm guessing they're VR related videos, maybe like Beat Saber related. If y'all are interested in Beat Saber videos, Evie just is working on putting out a lot of videos that have to do with I'd assume it's VR. I apologize for just assuming. I don't really know what I'm saying. But if y'all want to go check out Evie's content, Evie is putting out a bunch of videos. Go check him out. Please. Please go check out his stuff. I mean it, honestly. I'm not saying that to be rude or, you know, snarky or something. I mean it. Go check out his stuff. It would be really nice of you. Put my leg up. Oh my goodness. I have no coffee today, which is really strange for me. I feel weird not having coffee in front of me right now. Maybe later I'll have some coffee or something, but for right now I've already had some caffeine. The sucky thing is that I have pain in my upper, like in my shoulder neck area again. And it is sucking right now. It is taking the life out of me at the moment. I can hardly move my neck. It sucks. Look at my message. Which one? The skin of the cobra is boiling hot. It will burn a trainer's skin immediately and has a flame on its rattle, which is quite scary. That means you have to hold them with gloves. what if it's a code rage that's sad and wants affection at all times, like super cuddly and affectionate? Then what will you do? You know. I've also added some songs to our playlist. We have a few more songs in here. Um, I am actually gonna probably add more Paper Mario songs in here. Oh, this song is reminding me. I played some. I'll talk about that later. But I added some more songs, including Paper Mario. Some from Mario Odyssey, Miitopia. There was another one. What was it? Paper Mario, Mario Odyssey, Miitopia. I think that's all of them. Let me look. Let me make sure. I might have missed something. No, Miitopia has Super Mario. Yeah, no, that was it. This is just those three. But I'll probably add more down the road. I'm thinking of adding more. Adding some Diddy Kong Racing soundtracks. Because that's like a childhood game of mine. It was one of my favorites as a little wee baby. Playing the N64. There's one song that I need to add some more Sonic songs. Need to add Sonic songs. 10 are Beat Saber, 2 are Gorilla Tag, and the other 4 are Big Scary. Ooh, at least I think. Ooh. Evie, if I could recommend a game for you, that I've seen advertised. I have not played it myself yet. And it's called the Nope Challenge. I don't know if you've seen that. But I've seen the trailer for it and it looks wild. I feel like you would enjoy it. It's literally a game where you have to like, it's a game where you literally have to like face fears, you know, like face all these fear challenges or fear related challenges. And you can literally nope out of it, if at any point you get too scared or really don't want to do it, you could just nope out of it and then come back to it later. um, so that's one I'd recommend to you. But Beat Saber is always fun to watch. I'd rather play it, honestly, but very fun to watch. Um, let's see. And sometimes it'll turn back on the trainer and attack him. But what's the point in having a Cobra? What's the point? They're just gonna get all angry on you. Like, you have to put that thing in a box. This is like that flipping that bit in SpongeBob where they're like, why is it in a cage? Because it growled at me. That sounds fun and horrifying. The Nope Challenge? Yes. You'll have to look up a trailer. It looks pretty crazy. There's literally like, I think you have to face your fear of spiders, you have to face fears of like heights. There's one where you face a fear of clowns, like scary clowns, which is hilarious to me. um it's like what is that? A core memory. Like you can get a core memory from it. Like, this is such a special game. I don't know. I thought that'd be pretty funny. Not pretty funny, but pretty cool for you. I don't know what exactly, like, what level of horror you can handle, but they do have, like, a bit where you can nope out of it, and they just send you to, like, a relaxing beach or something. Where you can just play ping pong and chill until you're ready to go back into it. It's pretty fun looking. Me, on the other hand, I'm too chicken. I probably couldn't. And it's a 50-50 chance. Then what's the point in having the coverage? Oh, there's one of the songs. What's the point in having the coverage if he's just gonna be angry all the time and hate you even though you put so much heart into him? It's like, I love you, coverage. And he's over here like, F you. He's over here like, he's over here like, you. You specifically. That's what Cove Rage is. Cove Rage is you. I don't like you. Oh yeah, I played some Kingdom Hearts today, by the way. I'm pretty excited about it because there was a chest that was very hard for me to reach as a kid, and I was able to get it, and I'm like, yeah, excited. I opened it. It was flipping one of those gummy ship pieces that doesn't even matter. It's like, you stupid, stupid. I thought it was gonna be more puppies, more Dalmatian puppies. No, a gummy piece. I was so mad. It was like so much effort, so much time. I even came back to it years later and did it again, and it's like still nothing. Someone needs to make a meme of that, of the Cobrage just going like, you're like, I put so much love into you. You're like the best. I love you, Cobrage. You're my favorite. You're my absolute favorite little buddy. And he's over here just like, you. You. That's how he acts. That's Cobrage. Like, no care at all. Will fight you. Even if you give him all the love in the world, he hates you. But yeah, I played some Kingdom Hearts today. I was very excited. I love playing Kingdom Hearts. I haven't played in a while. And I was very excited to get back into it. I think I'm getting to a very particular spot. I'm almost at like a boss fight somewhere along the lines. I still need to set up the opportunity to play for Discord. I was thinking about doing like a Discord stream. Like, a video stream in Discord of Kingdom Hearts. It's on my Switch, so I gotta figure that out. I think I might have to do it through my OBS. I think that's what I'm gonna have to do. Cause unfortunately I can't use my card capture, my video capture. It won't let me, which sucks. But oh well, that's fine. It's whatever. Why is my audio not working? Again. Why is this thing not wanting to work? Do-do-do-do. Oh, great. We're doing this crap again. We're just gonna decide, I don't want to, and just cut out. Inhale Cannon of the Gods? What? But, yeah, I've been playing lately. It's been really fun. It's been a good old time. There was another game. What was it? I wanted to play some on Mario Odyssey. I'll have to add it to our poll thing the next time around that we get to a poll. We haven't really been able to get to a poll lately. I gotta see, when's the next hangout stream? I gotta see. Let me see. Let's see together real quick, and then we'll probably start after that. Next hangout is gonna be next week. Next Saturday. Sweet. Because next Saturday I agreed I would play Dead Plate and then something red. I can't remember what it is, but it's by the same developer. So I'm very excited. I'm very excited. I can't wait. I've watched Dead Plate. I've seen someone play Dead Plate. You should play Five Nights at... You should play Five Nights at boys. I have seen Mark play that one. I'd have to think about that. Right now I'm kind of thinking about going back to Day Shift at Freddy's, but just moving on to the third game. Since, always forget the name, but I love that game. Dial Town. Since Dial Town's supposed to come out with a DLC or like an update or something like that. Another, like a romance route. And I'm so excited for it. I can't wait. It's gonna be absolute chaos. And I'm so excited for it. Ah! I want it. But he said it wasn't coming out till August. And I'm so mad. I really want it. I want it so bad. Inhale Cannon. Ah, I see. I see now. I got you. I got you. Now I see what the reference is. Oh my god, I have no idea what you're talking about. That gummit did it again! What is up with this thing? Why does it keep doing that? Let me see. I'm gonna look that up real quick.
Excuse me.
I'm gonna move this over here. Do 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 do. I gotta figure out why it does that. Let's see. OBS. Mute. Oh. When streaming. Huh. Dun, 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 dun. Bum, bum, bum. Ba-dun, dun, 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 dun. What in the world? OBS. No, it's on. It just completely cuts it out. Don't understand why. I took a long walk and I'm very exhausted. Oof. Sorry to hear that. That's unfortunate. But I hope you enjoyed your walk. Huh. Yeah, I did that, but it's not. I hate when it does this crap. Let's see. Do, 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 do. Ba-dum, bum, ba-da-da-da. Do, 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 do. Ba-da, ba, 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 ba. Oh, that's cool. I guess maybe they're trying to like advertise the Pikmin game they got out too. Ba-da-dun-dun. Okay. Ba-da-dun-dun-dun. Okay, well, if you don't work for anything else, then don't be a booger. Just behave yourself, audio. Yeah, I don't know why my audio is being weird, but anyway, that's whatever. It's whatever. It just decides what it wants to do. We're gonna go ahead and get into the game because it's been a minute. I'm not gonna fight with the audio output capture to get things working. It's just not gonna happen. So if the audio cuts out, let me know. Just tell me. Say, hey, the audio is not working. Like the output audio, the the game audio is not working. I can't hear anything. I'll literally stop everything to work on that. It's just being funky and I don't know why it's doing that. I don't understand. It's just being rude for some reason. Is it because I'm using my sensor? I don't know. It just started acting weird. Are you a Pokemon? No. I wish I was, but I'm not. July 9th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. Oh yeah, we're helping that one kid. Machi.
Court is now in session for... How do I say that?
Is it Machi or Maki? Machi Toba, Your Honor. The pixie of the Pregio Chimney Christmas.
Right, his trial. The court is in session.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is A-OK, Air Judge.
Very well, Prosecutor Kevin. It's been so long since I've done this voice. Oh my god.
I don't know why I looked over and thought I was gonna see my sister's face in the door. Being creepy. Bro, his eyes. Oh, which one? Ah, my opening statement, yeah?
No, actually, there was something else I wanted to ask you about.
Yes?
Say you're going to visit someone in the hospital with an incurable disease. Oops, sorry. What do you say to them?
Eh?
I mean, you wouldn't say get well soon, right? You'd only be kicking them when they're down.
Aren't you supposed to say get well soon? What are you talking about?
Actually, I'm going to visit someone who's terminally ill. Right after this trial, the Chief Justice's son.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, you can't say get well soon when it's terminally ill. I'm sorry for laughing, but it's just like, it was out of nowhere. Just like a...
Get well soon, but I can't quite say get well soon because, well, I mean, I don't see any point in getting well soon if it's terminal.
Like, I didn't expect it to be terminal. The judge, when he opened his eyelids open, where he's got that shock face, like, ooh. The Chief Justice?
His son is afflicted with the most terrible disease. He doesn't have long, it seems.
Ah.
So I thought I'd go pay him a visit. I thought saying something moving might be the order of the day.
Why don't grown-ups ever just say what's on their mind instead of pretending?
She's looking at me with something like disgust.
Hey, what are you looking at me like that for?
In any case, I'm a bit busy today, so let's wrap this up quickly.
He's like, I'm just gonna grab whatever is said here and I'm gonna say it to them. It's just objection. So they come in, it's like, oh gee, this is my son.
Objection!
It's just this child or this guy looking at him like, what?
I said objection! Sorry, I thought that would be helpful in this time, but I guess not. I'll just see myself out.
Anyway.
Prosecutor Gavin, your opening statement, briefly.
He just says it really fast. You're in luck, Air Forehead. I believe you'll be going on your hospital visit sooner than you think. First, to review the victim in this case. After this thing, he goes to Burger King and talks. You know, for the terminally ill person in the hospital. Child? I'm gonna say child. I don't know if it's a child or an adult, but the person in the hospital. Romain Letus, age 35. The global manager for Diva Songstress Lemoire. I don't know how to say her name. The cause of death, blood loss due to being shot by a large caliber revolver. This report has all the details.
The court accepts this in the evidence.
Letus's autopsy report added to the court here.
45 caliber. That's quite large, isn't it? A direct hit from that could knock a man off his feet. However, the bullet struck him. Oh, this is clever. However, the bullet struck him in his shoulder. The damage to the body was slight. Death was not immediate. Sadly, his blood loss was such that he could not be saved. Looks like he died from the toilet in Taco Bell. What? Oh god. I suppose the victim's condition could have been much worse, considering.
I was trying to come up with a really funny joke regarding Letus and Burger King, but it's not quite coming to me yet. I'll get there though. 2 shots were fired. One shot missed, the other penetrated and passed through the victim's shoulder. Both bullets were found on the wall at the scene. Observe the diagram. Take a look at this photograph. I say this every time. This is where the bullets hit. I see. The court accepts the evidence. It just goes on to the defense. And they're like, I also have this evidence. No, rejected. We won't take your evidence. We gotta get things moving. This guy, jail. If we're talking about a .45 caliber revolver, we must assume that the killer was adept at the weapon's use. Oh my goodness.
Really?
Taco pulls out.
Really?
Yeah, apparently weapons that size have a powerful kickback. If, say, the judge tried to fire one, it'd break every bone in his body. The defense will take more care in choosing examples. As I was saying, the victim was shot backstage in a dressing room. This dressing room has only one entrance, this door. That does seem to be the case, yes. However, there were witnesses who heard the gunshots.
He's talking about you and Emma, huh?
Yet when the witnesses entered the room, it was empty, save for the victim's body, of course. But that's impossible. Blam! Sir, Clavier, could you please not try and bust a hole in our in our wall like last week? The taco is the murderer. Oh no, lock him up. The taco's going to jail. Exactly, this murder was impossible. For all but one person. One person? That is, of course, the defendant, Machi Tobai. Maki Tobai? Maki Tobai? I don't even know. I'll just call him Maki. Only this defendant could have committed the crime? But how? It's quite simple. The circumstances of the crime scene make it clear. Or Machi Tobai. I feel like it's gotta relate to food or something if there's romaine lettuce. Very well, I assume you have testimony to back up this claim. Let the witness please take the stand.
Oh, it's Emma!
Your name and profession, please.
Emma Sky. I'm a detective for the police department. I was on security detail at the concert for him that night.
Emma seems tired somehow. Security at the concert, you say?
Some security I was couldn't even stop a murder.
No, don't blame yourself. Things like this happen. I've made even bigger mistakes in my career, you know? I'm sure that makes her feel much better.
I want to hear about these bigger mistakes.
In any case... I'm checking over here, too. It's a little loud. I'm gonna turn it down just a hair. I wonder why it's so loud. Huh. Shock, he looks like he's... Okay. I don't know how to respond to that, but okay. Because you were on security detail, the crime was quickly discovered. And we were able to identify the killer. You may give the court your testimony if you would. Describe the circumstances of that day and your discovery of the crime, please.
Alright. Well, here it is. The night of the murder, I was on security backstage, at Prosecutor Gavin's request. Only people involved in the concert in some way were allowed backstage. At the beginning of the third set, I heard shots. I went into the room, filled with blaring rock music, and found the body. I examined the scene and determined that only the defendant could have done it.
But how and why? It was lucky that a detective was the first on the scene.
That door was the only way out of the room, right?
Yeah, pretty much. And I don't get it. How can they say that Machi did it? Looks like we need a bit more information. Very well, the defense may begin the cross-examination.
murderous circumstances. The night of the murder, I was in security backstage. So we know that. Only people involved with the concert in some way were allowed backstage. But you were backstage. So... And also we were backstage. The night of the murder was the night of the concert, yes?
That's right.
What was a detective doing on security detail, might I ask? If it was only a concert.
My thoughts exactly. But orders are orders, even when they come from rock gods.
Prosecutor Gavin? Yes, allow me to explain. I smelled something that day, you might say. The stench. A conspiracy. You are playing the DS version? Yes. This is a, emulator. So I'm using an emulator to play it. That day at the concert hall. Conspiracy? Well, isn't it obvious? My keys, the whole morning, no, the whole day was ruined. And it's all because someone stole my keys. I couldn't ride my hog to the show. I couldn't open my guitar case.
There he goes again.
Isn't it possible he simply misplaced them? Misplaced them? Misplaced items don't just wander into a murder victim's hand on their own. What's this, Prosecutor? Prosecutor Gavin, if your keys were in the victim's hand, that makes you a prime suspect. Love, slow acting and new, atroquinine is waiting for you.
He's singing something.
Does everything with this guy have to be so over the top? The killing happened in the middle of my concert. I was like a sailor, adrift on a sea of sound. Anyway, I didn't want anything else stolen. So I put the detective with the most time on their hands on the task. I see, I can accept that.
Well, I can't. What do
You mean time on your hand? Time on my hands. Please, the testimony. We were let in, though.
I didn't know about that. I certainly didn't invite you.
I gave the Fraulein special permission to be there. I wanted to see her again.
Oh boy, did you hear that? We're officially involved now.
Gee, great.
Some other hangers-on tried to get backstage, but I drove them off.
So no other outsiders were there then?
And then, at the beginning of the third set, I heard shots.
I believe we were having a chat. Let me see if I can find my thing. I believe we were having a chat when we heard the shots.
You were the one chatting. I was eating snackoos.
Oh, hey, no snacking in court. Not unless you're sharing. And you're sure the shots came from Lemoire's room? Yes, absolutely.
Hey, I'm the one being cross-examined here. Here, this'll keep you quiet.
Tonk. Thanks. So, how about it, Emma? We were right. There. Hard to be mistaken about that. Please either talk or eat. Not both at the same time. That's gross.
Go. Right, so after that, me and Mr. Lawyer there opened the dressing room door. I went into the room filled with blaring rock music and found the body.
Hold it!
Rock? Blaring, yes.
When you say rock, are you referring to, perhaps, to this rock and roll music that's so popular these days? Kind of like anime that's popular nowadays.
That's right, when we went into the dressing room. Music was blaring over the speaker on the wall. They piped sound from the stage into this backstage through speakers. That way people in the back can hear when they're supposed to be on stage. Did it have to be so loud? You don't listen to the Gavineers with your ears. You feel it with your entire body and soul. I always have the backstage monitors at full volume. When we walked in the room, the band was playing Guilty Love, I believe, making it easy to determine the time of the crime. If you can hear the music playing, then everyone on stage for that song has an alibi, including myself. Anyway, I closed off the scene and started my investigation. I examined the scene and determined that only the defendant could have done it. How could you know something like that? As I said, it was clear from the circumstances. Listen. We know there was only one exit from the room, that door. The small window only opened a tiny crack, and I was standing in front of that door. Sorry, I'm seeing someone's playing something. Anyway, it's one of those notifications.
So how could the killer have fled the scene? There's only one possibility, the air vent.
Oh. But that air vent was too small. Who could possibly?
Exactly.
Oh?
There's certainly no way you could get through, nor me. The only one who could fit through was a child.
A child?
Remember, access to those rooms was limited. Only those involved with the concert were allowed.
And of all the people involved with the concert, only one is small enough to be considered a child. The defendant! The pixie of the Appragio flitted up toward the sky and disappeared from the scene of the crime. But that's just conjecture. Oh, there was no other way out of that room. You were there. You should know, Air Forehead.
And there is another vile piece of evidence.
Evidence? What? Marks were found on the air vent grill. Traces that it had recently been opened.
Wait, what?
And something else was found quite clearly. The defendant, Machi Tobai's fingerprints. What? 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 Huh? What? Machi, no. Machi, please tell me you weren't a part of this. Oh my god, Machi, no. No, this is gonna go really, really bad. Order! Order! Clear, please. The air vent was the only way out of the room. The defendant's fingerprints were found on the grill. Well, Air Forehead, what fairy tale does this suggest to you? Only one could pass through that vent, that doorway to heaven. And that one is our pixie.
Why are you looking at me, Apollo? Hey, I was out whooping it up in the audience.
So this was his decisive evidence. Quite decisive indeed. I believe that's enough of that. Huh? Prosecution has a rather convincing case. The only way in and out of the crime scene was watched, making the defendant the only one who could possibly leave the scene. Simple and decisive. I believe we've heard enough to determine our verdict, even if I wasn't in a hurry to make a hospital visit. I'm sure the Chief Justice will appreciate the gesture. Unfortunately, we have no direct witnesses. Fortunately, the criminal left decisive evidence for us. That will have to be enough. It can't be over already. Very well, I believe this trial is finished. If the defense has no contradicting evidence, the prosecution has presented our proof clear and plain. If you have contradicting evidence, it better be clear and plain.
Apollo, they got us on the ropes already. We'd better come up with something quick.
I know. Like, what can get us out of this? We need evidence or a witness that can prove Machi is innocent beyond a doubt. Without that... Mr. Justice, you have contradicting proof that can overturn the prosecution's case. If you do, you better tell us about it now.
This is it.
So soon. If I mess this one up, it's all over. The court wants the contradicting proof?
Huh.
Let's call a witness. Prosecutor Gavin, you claim that there were no witnesses to this crime. Are you absolutely sure? Absolutely. I swear on it. I swear it on my career as a prosecutor. And on my million-seller hit song, Atroquinine, My Love. Why that title?
There he goes again.
That's too bad, because there was a witness. Oh, really now? But how did you come to possess knowledge the prosecution clearly does not? Because I am the only one in the world who knows this. I mean, technically, he's also a witness, right? He was there when the guy said his last words. What's going on? I just talked to him and now... He's alive. Mr. Latus, can you hear me? Cold. So cold. Witness. You're cold? Don't worry, you're gonna be fine. Help is on the way. Can't see. Hang in there, Mr. Latus. Tell me who was the witness. The witness is... Siren. Dang. What? The victim said this before he died? Perhaps he did, and perhaps he did not. What do you mean by that? All we know is that Air Forehead says he said. It's no testimony, especially since it comes from the defense attorney himself. But it's the truth. He said it. I even told you about it. But apparently you ignored me completely. It's my policy to fully investigate everything I deem relevant. Clearly, this rookie lawyer thinks he can tell me how to do my job. You just hear a laugh track. Hold on. Here's the laugh track. That's enough! Mr. Justice, we need a clear contradictory proof from you. This witness of yours, unknown to the prosecution. I hope you're right. Failure carries a stiff penalty. Perhaps a stiffer penalty than usual is called for. This is no backing out now. Let's hear the name of your witness, Mr. Justice. Lemoire! Recall Mr. Latus' last words. The witnesses siren. The siren! Aha! He meant the siren! That's right. The siren of the ballad, Lemoire. Ran. Sorry. Lemoire's only on stage for the second set. And she had access to the backstage area. She could have been a witness. I see. Well, Prosecutor Gavin. Ren. My claim still stands. There was no witness to this crime. Very well. Let's hear it from the horse's mouth then, shall we? We will now take a break from Detective Emma Sky's cross-examination. Please show Lemoire the witness stand. Lemoire would say nothing the night of the murder. Not today, though. Today, we'll drag that story out of her no matter what it is. It is my distinct honor to welcome the siren of the ballad to our courtroom. You are too kind. You can speak English. Yes, I can. Though I'm not very good, there's much I do not know. You speak so well. Have you spent time here before?
Actually, I do not know how I came by my knowledge of your language, nor where I studied it.
Huh? That's not exactly what she said the last time. What does she mean she doesn't know?
I too thought to call her as a witness, but I did not. I had a reason, of course.
What's that?
Lemoir suffers from amnesia.
What? But she remembers that she can speak English. And that she adopted Machi. Like, Machi is her adopted child. And she remembers the whole thing with Romain Lettuce. So, what? Amnesia?
Lemoir is not my true name.
Whoops.
Yet I remember nothing of the time before I was given it. Nothing of the time before I started singing on stage.
Whoa, she's even more mysterious than I thought.
As lauded singer Lemoir, she lives a good life. There are little difficulties for her thanks to her success. Yet, I did not wish to subject her to unnecessary stress.
I see. I care surprisingly little about people's pasts. You have nothing to fear in this court, Lemoir.
Thank you. Yet there is something I do not understand. I am being called as a witness? What might I say? No one will tell me anything of what happened. Lemoir, let me be frank. I did not want to ask you up here to testify. Yet that young gentleman with the wide forehead over there was adamant that you stand. Oh my.
Congratulations, Apollo. You're the bad guy.
Well, now that you're here, please give us your testimony. If nothing else, the sound of your voice is welcome. Tell us what you saw the night of the crime. What I saw.
As for what I saw nothing. That night I was invited to sing on stage, and this I did. I did not return back to stage, but backstage after the second set. Then I was led by the police to Mr. Gavin's dressing room and told to wait there. That was where I learned that something had happened, but I wasn't told the details.
I must say, you sound wonderful just testifying.
I hope he was too distracted to hear what she was actually saying. There you have it. She saw nothing that night. Now we can only pray that the defense has the sense to admit defeat and refrain from detaining her here longer than need be.
Wow, you just got better, Apollo. Way to go.
Very well, Mr. Justice. Keep it short and sweet.
Lemoir wouldn't talk to me the night of the crime. She must know something, and I've got to find out what.
We know what we're gonna do.
I'm sorry, Lemoir, but I'm having trouble believing you. You remember this brooch, do you not? Brooch again. Brooch. It's brooch, Siri. Brooch. Oh. Rah. It's brooch. Why, that's Lemoir. She was wearing it for her song. Care to add that to the testimony, Prosecutor Gavin? Sorry, I want to drink some water. What? This brooch was found after the murder took place. At the very scene of the crime. What? Lemoir, how did your brooch get backstage if you did not go there yourself? And as Prosecutor Gavin has just told us, you had been wearing it during your performance that night.
What is the meaning of this? Lemoir, please explain.
Lemoir?
She says English is quite difficult. That trick's not gonna work here. Your forehead may be large, but you're a lawyer, truly. But you have missed one important fact. What now? In fact, at the time of the incident, I went backstage, but only for a moment. What? Think back to the moment of the crime. You know whereof I speak. Is she really saying all that?
What's she talking about, Apollo?
Right when the incident occurred...
Huh? She talking about that? Watch this room for me. I have to call for backup.
Right, understood. You want me to make sure no one comes in, right? Mr. Laytus, can you hear me? Okay, we know this bit. The witnesses saw I ran. The witnesses disrespect your surroundings. Oh, who's there?
What's wrong?
Emma, did you see anyone just now?
Huh? No.
Could have sworn I heard a door close. I looked into the room. Just a glance, mind you. Wingding's language. They come from the Wingding land. So, this was when your brooch dropped? That explains that. It does. There was no other time I could have dropped it. But that's ridiculous. You only looked in for an instant, but you dropped your brooch? Air forehead. She has raised a possibility. The only thing that can counter that is evidence. So she looked into the crime scene. Actually, I intended to go into the dressing room. I knew nothing of what had happened, of course. The moment I opened the door, I heard a horrible voice. Her forehead shouting, "Who's there?" No doubt. A horrible voice indeed. Ah. I closed the door immediately. Oh. Well, then that explains the brooch. Let's return to your testimony. That's too convenient. She's hiding something. Lemoir, you did look into the room, though, right? Yes. Testify as to what you saw. Very well, though it was only the briefest of glimpses. When my performance was finished, I went backstage for just a moment. I saw nothing. The late Mr. Laytus's body was behind the wall. Gosh darn it. It's hard to control this thing.
The late Mr. Letus's body, you say? Yes. You know something more about Mr. Letus's death than you're saying. What? I could see you trying not to remember, but the effort made you swallow. You can't fool my eyes. It is true. It was so terrible after all. Why did Mr. Letus have to be shot? One moment, Lemoir. Yes? He just gets up, he's like, in your face! In your face! In your face, I told you! What was that you just said? Why did Mr. Letus have to be shot? Yes? She was hiding something, I knew it! Lemoir, I'm afraid you haven't realized it, but your words just now contradict your testimony. Eh? How could that be? Take this. Lemoir contradicted her own testimony, and I have evidence to prove it. Go back. Tell me, Lemoir, how did you know he had been shot? Well, Immediately following the incident, a gag order was placed on the scene. This is the document proving that. In your testimony, you told the court. No one told me anything about the incident. Furthermore, you testified that you had seen nothing. Oh. Yeah, you knew that Mr. Letus had been shot. How could you know? Yark! What? Oh. Uh-oh. It's getting serious. Lemoir! You aren't hiding something from this court, I hope. That sweet song of hers was sounding a little too sweet. Now I remember. Please, allow me to add to my testimony. Of course. All we want to know is the truth.
She looks kind of pale, huh?
She saw something, I know it. Even the victim said so. I saw the bullet holes in the wall. I'd been shot. Then I was led by police to Mr. Gavin's dressing room and told to wait there. Lemoir, they call you the siren of the ballad. But lies are hardly becoming of such a creature. A put down worthy of our prosecutor, Mr. Justice.
Such put-downs are hardly becoming of you, Apollo.
My hair is being ridiculous. Stop polishing your forehead and start polishing your characters, yeah? Come on, can't I be cool for once? Observe the diagram. Lemoir, you looked in from the door for just a moment, correct? Yes, that is true. There were bullet holes in the room, yes, but they were in the wall the door is on. You see, assuming you merely glanced into the room, oh yeah, because the door would have blocked it, you couldn't have seen that. Yeah. Lemoir! Yes? I'm afraid the defense has raised a good point. It appears you have been holding back something. And I must tell you? I must tell you what it is that I saw? Yes. The happenings in this trial are being recorded. And I'm certain it will be on the news in Virginia? Virginia? I don't know. You understand your reputation is at stake. It falls to you to avoid tarnishing it. Personally speaking, I still believe that cross-examining her will yield us absolutely nothing. But she knew how Mr. Letus died, and he named her as a witness. You must have seen something, Lemoir. Very well. Lemoir, please continue your testimony. I have the strong feeling that I have the strong feeling that it's Clavier's buddy. I don't remember his name, but his what do you call him? The guy that plays in the band with him. I can't remember his name though. But yeah, I have a feeling it might be him. I'm just saying, I have the strong feeling for some reason. Very well, I shall. What I saw too. The return of what I saw. I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. There was something like a little window there. That's how I saw it. There were 2 shots. I couldn't do anything to stop it. But it wasn't Machi. Ow. It was a grown person. I know it was. So you did witness the crime! And the killer was a grown person, you say? Very curious about this grown person that they're talking about. Ah, this is my first time hearing this, I assure you. Nice play, Air Forehead. Just like, shut up. Very well, you're Mr. Justice. You may begin your cross-examination.
Great calling, Apollo. You were right about Lamoire. What's wrong? You don't look too happy.
This whole thing smells fishy. That's what's wrong. What I saw too. Yeah, the first one was better. I was on my way to the stage. I looked back at it. There was something like a little window there. That's how I saw it. There were 2 shots. I couldn't do anything to stop it. But it wasn't Machi. It was a grown person. I know it was. But who? A grown person? That's a little vague. I am sorry. My skill with your language is lacking, I know. Certainly you could at least see whether the shooter was male or female. Oh? Good question. It was a man. A young man. And you're sure of that? Yes, his voice was quite clear. Voice? Looking at this diagram... Oh. Looking at this diagram, it seems the dressing room was quite cluttered. It does seem likely that you wouldn't have had a clear view of the shooter. As a singer, I rely more on my ears than my eyes. When I hear a voice, I don't forget it. That voice was the voice of a man. So you heard a voice, but wait. Couldn't that have been the victim, Mr. Latus? Absolutely not. Did I not just say I do not forget a voice? Take some points off him! Take some points! Strike him while he's down! That would be me right now. Strike him! Strike him right now! Get him in trouble! Why am I always gonna get in trouble? Put him down! Put him down! If it was Mr. Latus who spoke, I would have known. Indeed. So you were at the window, and you heard the shooter's voice. Voice of a young man.
Apollo, this is a good testimony. That proves it wasn't Machi.
Indeed. If this turns out to be true, it would cast this case in a considerably different light. Contradictory. Though it pains me to say this, there's something about Lamoire's testimony that rings false. Huh? Heh, bravo, Air Forehead. You're colder than I thought. I'm sure you remember what the problem is as well as I do, Gavin. I really want to pet you. That worries me. As has been established, no grown man could pass through that air vent. He couldn't have fled the scene of the crime.
But that means Lamoire has to be lying.
I know, and I know it's bad for our case, but I can't shut my eyes to this. Believe me, the idea was tempting. It is as Air Force Head says. Yet this is not the only contradiction within her testimony. What's next? What's he talking about? Lemoire. I understand why you would want to protect Machi. Yet remember, you are the siren of the ballad, and lies do not become such a creature. What does the prosecution mean?
Apollo, what's he talking about?
How come no one bats an eye when he says stuff like that? Recall the state of the crime scene quite well. The state of the room? Yes, and when the murder took place, that window was closed. I find it hard to believe you could hear a voice through it. What? But I'm sure. Lemoire, I have nothing but the highest regard for your musical sense. But my opinion of you as a witness is somewhat lesser. But she's the only eyewitness we have. So you say. And the victim named her the siren as the witness? That's right. That's what Mr. Letus. We heard your claim. We even entertained the possibility. And it brought us to this. Air Judge. Yeah. The prosecution requests that the witness be excused. Please. I'm afraid I must honor the prosecution's request. What? There's indeed a question of the witness's credibility. What? But if Lemoire can't testify...
And we don't have a chance of proving Machi's innocence.
What? This cross-examination is over. Prosecutor Gavin, you may continue making your case. Dunk? Now, where were we? Ah, yes, I would like to hear from Fraulein Detective again. Wait, let me hear Lemoire's testimony one more time. But the cross-examination is already over. Until such a time as a need arises. This witness may leave the stand. Oh, crap. I'm sorry I could not be of more assistance. Ow. Sorry. At last, back to the real trial. Ready, Air Forehead? I hope I didn't just miss my only chance. Fraulein Detective, how far had we gotten until we were so rudely interrupted?
Don't ask me.
I dislike saying the same thing twice, and I never repeat a song for an encore. If you would, Miss Guy.
I believe I was saying that the only way Mr. Letus's killer could have escaped was through that air vent on the ceiling.
Oh yes, there was only one door in the room. And a witness you was standing in front of it.
That air vent isn't very big, see? Kinda limits the people who could possibly get through.
I certainly would have a difficult time.
You sure would. Not that you would have been there in the first place, though. Remember, the whole backstage area was off limits to people not involved in the concert.
Off my lap. There we go.
It was a blanket. The only one who meets the conditions for a killer is the defendant.
A virtuoso performance. I couldn't have put it better myself. She does state a clear case. Though reading the report, something caught my eye.
Oh, what's that?
The circumstances of the defendant's arrest. Arrest. Jiminy Christmas. The circumstances? Again?
Hey, that's right, Apollo. Remember when we found Machi? That was bizarre.
Oh yeah. She's right. Why did Mr. Letus's body disappear from the room? And end up on top of that stage tower? Holding a guitar, no less. Perceptive observation there, Judge. Thanks. It was kind of an accident, really. But you work in this job long enough. You got a nose for things.
The judge, sir, seems pleased with himself.
Very good, Fraulein Detective. Perhaps you can tie it all together for us. Why was the body moved? And how does that lead us to the killer? But he's such a small child. What?
I believe Machi stole the body because of some lyrics. He moved the body to match Lamoire's song. No one in this country had a motive to kill the victim, and Machi practically left his signature at the scene. All of this evidence clearly points to the defendant.
Lamoire's song? Yes, the guitar serenade. You noticed its code, too, did you not? Its code? All the events that day followed the lyrics to our song. First, the keys my heart held on to so tightly were stolen. Then Prosecutor Gavin's guitar burst into flames on stage. Mr. Latus's life was taken by a bullet. The rest hardly needs explanation. Guitar, guitar, up together to the sky. That's mad. It's like a story out of some fairy tale. Just trying to fix my... excuse me for a second. Okay. I admit I'd forgotten about the song. But there it is now, waiting for me. The grand finale, as it were.
Hey, you know I was the one who first noticed that.
She's like, I want compensation for getting that first. I've heard of jumping rope to songs and counting to songs. But killing? It's a wild world out there, Air Judge. Air Forehead Judge. Very well. We've heard one song and dance, let's go on to the next. A cross-examination. I'm not so sure I'm going to be doing much singing. Missing body. What do you mean by this signature?
The bullet holes on the wall, of course.
The bullet holes?
The revolver was fired twice. One shot missed and left a hole in the wall.
And that means what exactly?
That dressing room isn't exactly spacious. Picture the shooter facing off with the victim in there. They can't have been more than 5 feet apart. It would be difficult, almost impossible to miss that range.
Difficult to miss, you say?
Very. Assuming the shooter could properly aim.
No, you can't be serious.
Machi, he can't see. That's why he missed? It's the only explanation that makes sense. He used sound and other senses to fire the gun. Poorly.
That reminds me, the monitor in that room was blaring at the time, yeah? Hardly ideal conditions for tracking by sound. A blind shooter. No wonder he's missed. I knew those bullet holes would come back to haunt me. Think, Justice, what do I do now? Sure, there were bullet holes left in the wall. But that doesn't prove the shooter couldn't see. Oh, how so? Well, there could have been a struggle with the victim. That's certainly possible. And it might have been the revolver's fault. The revolver?
The revolver was a very large caliber, correct?
If the shooter wasn't used to firing such a large weapon, why, it could dislocate their shoulder.
Exactly. The defendant, Machi Tobai, is, as you can see, tiny. It's not so hard to picture him firing the gun and missing entirely. The kickback alone would throw off his aim.
A convincing argument, to be sure.
Haha, take that, smug prosecution. The face. Just sucker. Apollo? Huh? What? That bit about Machi being tiny and the gun throwing off his aim. Aren't you kind of, admitting that he did it? Oh. Doesn't matter why he missed. What matters is that the shooter was, without a doubt, the defendant. Even the defense seems to agree on that point. Pipes, I really put my foot in it. What? I really put my foot in it this time. But let's get the facts of the matter. On the record, cheesy peas, I cannot read. If you would, Fraulein Detective.
Very well, the witness will add this to her testimony.
Right. From the state of the crime scene, I could conclude the shooter was blind. The prosecution holds that the shooter couldn't see. A scientific conclusion based on a thorough examination of the crime scene, yes. Apparently not thorough enough. I have a certain piece of evidence that completely overturns your claim. What? Clavier's like enjoying this. This is what evidence? Oh, this is that evidence.
The photograph of the crime scene?
I don't care much for the smirk on Prosecutor Gavin's face. There's no time to think twice. Time to press on. Yes, Your Honor, the crime scene. There is something in here that decisively contradicts the prosecution's point. Then perhaps you'd best show us this something. Get your finger out of the breeze and put it to good use, yeah? Get it out of the breeze? What?
Very well, show us what you're talking about, Mr. Justice.
Contradiction at the scene of the crime is this right here. Contradiction is right here. The smeared blood stains?
I thought it was just my blurry vision, but it really was blurry. The way the victim's hand is raised above his head. Much like a gesture I have seen many times in this court.
It's almost as if he wrote something. Ha, I get it at least. I think I get it. Get what, Fraulein? When Mr. Letus was shot, he tried to write something. And what would he write but the shooter's name? And what would he write it in but his own blood? Pretty good, huh? Thanks for making my point for me. Yes, in fact, that's what I think happened here.
That does seem to be a distinct possibility.
The victim wrote the killer's name. It's certainly a logical conclusion. Drat, I just wish it wasn't all rubbed out like that.
Of course it's rubbed out. Why, if I were a killer, I certainly wouldn't want to leave my own name behind.
Neither would I. Starting to hit them. No one has anything else to say?
About what? Where are we?
So the prosecution accepts this. Not an answer at all. You agree this was the victim making an attempt to record the name of the killer? And that the killer tried to rub the name out? What's your point? What's my point? Let me ask you this. How did the killer know the victim was writing their name? Well, Mr. Letus was writing something in blood,
Once the killer saw what it was. Wait.
Once he saw what it was?
But what did you just testify about the shooter? I said they were blind. Ah!
Yet the crime scene itself contradicts that.
The killer had to have been able to see. Why would they rub out the name in blood otherwise?
May I remind the court that the defendant, Machi Tobai, is blind? He couldn't have been the shooter.
Impossible!
Sorry. Just, 1 second. I'm just looking at this. Okay. Please explain to me what all this means. I mean, looking at this photo, it seems quite clear that the shooter could see. Yep, up until now.
Seems I owe the court an apology.
Hmm?
The Gaviniers are a band with law enforcement ties, yet a murder occurred.
During our concert, apparently, this caused some confusion over jurisdiction. As a result, some reports were not filed in an entirely timely manner. I'm not sure I like the vibe I'm getting here.
Hey, Apollo, look at him. Why is Prosecutor Gavin all relaxed and smiling like that? Like he knows something we don't, and he's about to tell us?
I've got an idea.
Let's rock.
For these documents, but before that, I have a question for the Fraulein detective, if I may.
What?
Tell me, why do you think that Machi Tobai is blind?
Huh?
What did he say?
What are you saying? Of course he's blind.
Of course.
He's the blind pianist, right? So he's... Doesn't Lamar lead him around by the hand all the time?
No way. I have a report here on the defendant, Machi Tobai. According to this, Machi Tobai can see perfectly well.
What?
His blindness was merely a publicity ploy by those clever Borginians. He can see quite well. Objection! But you said... What did I say exactly? Air Forehead, not once in the course of this trial have I claimed the defendant was blind. The only one who did was Fraulein Detective. But that's a significant fact, yes. Consider Machi Tobai's seeds. And he was the only one who could have fled through the air vent. I see no problems with this.
But what about the bullet holes in the wall?
Yes, the bullet holes. I believe Air Forehead neatly explained those for us. He didn't miss because he couldn't see. It was the kickback from the .45 caliber revolver. A simple accident, in other words. How's that? I'm afraid your objection has just flown off for brighter skies. This is where the real fun begins, Air Forehead. Yeah. Oh, things getting interesting.
I'm just looking. Just looking. Looking. Just looking. I knew you didn't have what it took. Jeez.
You jerk. Just what was I in here for? Comic relief? Yeah, apologize.
Oh, sorry.
That's no way to apologize.
He's angered the Trucy now. Look out. If we can please end the bickering now. Otherwise I'll get mad too, cause what the heck?
Whatever, I'm not leaving. I can't leave like this.
I'll come up with some clue to solving this case if it kills me. Are you on our side, Emma? But your testimony has already given us enough to convict the defendant. Don't say that. What?
This blood stain. Criminal tried to wipe it off, right?
That seems to be what happened, yes.
We might be able to find out what was really written there.
Huh? Really? You can do that?
That's right. With this. It's called luminol. Maybe you know of it? It's a chemical that reacts to blood.
Ah, yes. Have we done those tests yet?
Ha! As if I'm gonna tell you.
The bloodstains covered a section of the carpet. In order to perform blood tests, that section was removed and submitted. Perhaps we should request it here in court now. That's really interesting.
Right, go for it, Apollo.
Huh? I have to do the test?
You just have to spray the luminol on it. Simple.
A chemical that reacts to blood. Heard of this somewhere. It was in the first game. And it was a cool little mechanic, but they only did it at the very end. Like the very last trial. It was very frustrating. So I was just sitting there like, man, this is a cool mechanic. And then that was it. They never did it again. Like, what the heck?
Right, ready? It's easy as pie. Just touch the screen and spray an area. Here, give it a try.
The eyes in the entire court are focused on me.
Apollo, your hands are shaky.
Let's do this. And he wrote a lot. Wow, it really works.
This must be the power of science. It says IPXX 314206. Is that the killer's name?
Maybe it is. If the killer was a robot. Ha! I have it. So, what is it? I thought those letters IPXX looked familiar. This is an Interpol ID number.
Interpol? You mean the International Police Agency?
Yes, most are undercover agents working to solve international crimes. But why would he write that number? Reason why the luminol mechanic only occurred in 1 through 5 of the original trilogy cases was because 1-5 was written after all of them for the DS release. Oh, it was like a... So it was kind of an added-on thing. Oh, dang, they should have done that for the whole thing. That would have been great. It was such a cool mechanic. And then they stopped using it. Then the second game came out, which I guess that also makes sense. And now this one came out and they're like, hey, if you guys like that mechanic, then we'll add some other mechanics in here. Because this is a DS version too. That makes sense. Also, welcome in, Sweater. Thank you for the information. That is much appreciated. I'm glad, because I've been sitting here for a long time like, why didn't you use that elsewhere? Why would Mr. Letus even know a number like that? Good show, Fraulein Detective. Rock on.
Eh?
Your Honor, we can verify this number immediately. Darian, are you there? Come up to the witness stand. Darian, you heard what we need. Go check into this Interpol ID number. Glad to be of service. Thank you. It was so cool of you. Sure thing. Give me 30 minutes. No, give me 27. He's suspicious. Darian seems kind of suspicious. I'm just being real here. He seems a little suspicious. I'm not sure what to think of all this. The prosecution's case is airtight, so it seems. Yet if this number is really what an
That of an Interpol agent.
Oh wait, I know. What if Machi Tobai is really an undercover Interpol agent?
That would be a possibility. A possibility, yes. And one that would mark him as the killer for certain. Why did Latus know an Interpol ID number? That's what I want to know. Well, we have some time while we await Darion's report. Let's work on unraveling another mystery, shall we? A curious mystery concerning Machi Tobai. What are you talking about? Frontline Detective, please accept my apologies. I received word that the defendant could in fact see just before the trial began. It seemed too much of a bother to tell you.
You had me until that last bit.
Does this not raise a rather straightforward question? Excuse me.
Well, sure. Why did Machi pretend he couldn't see?
Exactly. It makes little sense. What do you think, Air Forehead? Huh? Me? Machi Tobai pretended he was blind. Do you know why?
How could he know? Wait, Prosecutor Gavin knows why, doesn't he?
He's known from the start of the trial. He's been leading us on the whole time. Something wrong? Do you think perhaps this is all some kind of game? Know that the moment I heard that report, I knew why. I suppose people who have sold over 1 million records really are something else. What does that have to do with anything? There was a reason why Machi Tobai intended to be blind, but it wasn't for his own sake. Getting the picture now? It wasn't for himself. Well, Mr. Justice, can you present evidence that shows us why the defendant had to feign blindness? Machi had no reason to pretend he couldn't see. Which means, no, it couldn't be. Good show, Air Forehead. It seems you thought of something. Why can't I figure these things out on my own? I hate having to take my cues from this guy. Very well, look at this. This is why he was pretending he couldn't see. Let me check it. That is Lemoir. Lemoir and Machi Tobai. Recall their relationship. In particular, the unique arrangement over the years before visiting our country.
Lemoir and her pianist. They would always walk together, she leading him by the hand. Even when they got on stage, she would lead him to the piano. She would walk all the way over there with him.
That's right, because he was blind. She led him at all times, never letting him go. All times? Yet, we have just learned something that makes their arrangement peculiar indeed. Machi could see. Why did they have to keep up this act the whole time? Well, wasn't it part of their performance? I think there's a simpler explanation. Machi did not need to be led by the hand at all. That can only mean one thing.
Really?
Really, it was all the other way around. The one who needed to be led by the hand was Lemoir. What's this? So you mean to say that Lemoir is... Yes, Your Honor. Lemoir is blind. What? 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 I mean... What? 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 Wait. What? Oh my god. Oh, wait a minute. This makes sense as to how she could hear, like, understand who's talking. Oh my god. What? I was not expecting that. Is it now? Please shed some sanity on this madness. Please. It's driving me up a wall. How is this possible? The defense has made an outrageous claim. The only thing outrageous I see about the defense is his vast forehead. Okay, look, man. You can keep cutting with the same thing. You can cut the tree with the same type of blade, but it's just gonna do the same type of damage. And right now, it's wearing out.
God. Yet I see it is not vast and vain this time. He's quite correct. But that makes no sense.
Yeah, wasn't she supposed to be the landscape painter in sound or something?
Well, since we have her here, why not ask Lamoire herself? I believe she is still in the witness waiting room.
Apollo, what does this mean for our case?
Ask me, I had no idea she couldn't see. I hadn't even imagined it until now. Caliph, bring in Lamoire. Make sure to, lead her carefully, because we just found out some crazy information. How? Lamoire, it pains me deeply to call you before us again in this way, and yet I must. Please do not be concerned on my behalf. Those eyes, she really can't see? Really? Hey, look, some people can have, eye stuff going on, and you wouldn't even know. It's sometimes you would not even know at all. But some people have eye impairment. I don't know the right words. They have, eye-related disabilities. That's the right word. Eye-related disabilities where it looks like they're perfectly fine, but in reality, they can't see a thing. Some of them can only see maybe, have a pin view, and that's it. So, it can happen. You just never know. Those eyes, she really can't see. Really? It is true. How funny it is that a tiny lie, born in the Bourguignon countryside, would one day grow to entangle the entire world. So you are... Yes, as I mentioned before. I have no memory of the time before I became Lamoire. Know, too, that my memories began in darkness. The word light has no meaning for Lamoire. I see. You may recall me saying something toward the beginning of this trial, Air Forehead. Huh? What is that? I believe I said it was unfortunate that this crime had no direct witnesses. Ah. Now, Lamoire, I must ask you to stand once more. Man. Will you testify to the court about your eyes? Of course. It was never my intent to deceive any of you. May I begin, Your Honor? Yeah, of course. Well, I admit I'm a little lost here. I think we're all a little lost here, Your Honor. Lamoire's eyes. I have no memory of the light. I debuted in a world of darkness and sound. My producer came up with my PR line before he knew this. So silly as it may sound, I had to pretend I could see. Everyone on my staff knew, of course, but no others. Maybe my hair's getting kind of long. But this is a murder trial! I apologize. It was part of my contract, you see. I was to keep my blindness a secret, no matter what. Music is everything to me. I never imagined something like this would. Let me check to make sure my... Oh good, my audio is still working. She told us the truth in the beginning. When she said she saw nothing. Very well, does the defense have anything to add? Oh my god, she didn't see anything because she couldn't see anything. Cheesy Pete's. Cheesy Pete's. What on earth? This whole case flipped on its head. Wow. 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 Anyway, continuing. I'd like to cross-examine.
Well, what is there left to ask?
There was one thing in her testimony that bothered me. Just checking to see how long I've been going for. Perhaps it is best we let you get it out of your system. Someday you'll come to understand. Let me take a drink. I think during the break I'm gonna get one of those icy hot patches that I have. Someday you'll come to understand the importance of thinking for yourself. I can't even turn my neck. Gosh darn it, I'm so mad that that's happened. Dadgummit.
Very well, the defense may proceed. However, be aware this court will not tolerate any questions deemed too stressful to the witness.
Okay, there was only one part that bothered me. Just let me ask about that and I'll be happy. There. Lemoire's eyes! I have no memory of the light. Oh yeah, we already did this. I debuted in the world of darkness and sound. The producer came up with my PR line before you knew this. What was your PR line? So as it may sound, I had to pretend I could see. Staff knew, of course, but no others. When you say your staff, do you include Mr. Letus? Of course, he was my manager. So he knew, and that's what's been bugging me.
Something the matter, Mr. Justice?
I believe now it is bothering your young defense attorney. You were thinking of when you discovered the body, yes?
Is he right, Apollo?
Yes, I was. He's alive! Mr. Letus, can you hear me?
Cold. So cold. Witness.
You're... Excuse me. Cold? Don't worry. You're gonna be fine. Help is on the way.
Can't see.
Oh, witness can't see. Hang in there, Mr. Letus. Tell me who is the witness.
The witness is... Siren.
Mr. Letus told me to ask the witness and he named you. Huh? Why would he do that? He knew you were blind. I don't know. Fisk. What did I just say? You need to learn to think for yourself. Meaning what? There is no mystery here if you recall everything he said. Think of his last words once more.
The witness, Siren. We heard them many times, along with a little play acting by our defense.
I remember them well myself. But that statement is not to what I refer. I mean what he said before that. What came before that? Ah! That's right. He tried to tell you. When he said can't see, he wasn't talking about himself. He was talking about the witness. So then I wonder what he meant by so cold.
I see.
Too bad the defense did not. Well, Air Forehead, try relaxing and looking at the facts first next time. You just hear Lemoire going like, I take great offense to that.
Order!
Recall Lemoire's earlier testimony. I was on my way from the stage to the backstage. I keep trying to say backstage first and it's not coming out. From the stage to the backstage exit. There were 2 shots. I couldn't do anything to stop it.
But you couldn't have heard those gunshots. I thought we proved that.
That is not the most important point here. The moment he was shot, Mr. Letus witnessed her through that window. Why else would he have named her as the witness? But I really did hear them. 2 gunshots, and the man's voice. Fortunately, such a thing was impossible. The window was closed. We have already run a simulation, of course. It was so clear. If I heard that voice again, I would know it in an instant. Your Honor!
What is it, bailiff? Can't you see we're in a session here?
We have the results back from the investigation.
Investigation?
The Interpol number that Mr. Letus left us.
Huh? Well, let's hear it. We will continue this cross-examination afterward. Detective Grostand, your report, please.
I asked Interpol about that number. I'm sure you'll find their answer intriguing. Cheesy pizza. Quick work as always, Daryon.
Well, tell us about the number. Is the defendant a secret agent?
IPXX314206. The agent registered under this number was Romain Letus. You know, I was expecting quite a few different choices there. Quite a few different names. I was expecting, you know, flipping Machi or Darian here or anybody else. But I was not expecting Romain Letus to be a secret agent in the International Police. International Police. Did not expect that. Didn't. I know you might be sitting there like, well, obviously it was there, Siri. You should have known. But it's like, I didn't know. I was kind of hoping it wasn't him because it would just be like too obvious. So I was just sitting there like, there's no way. So I'm just like sitting here like, okay, it has to be somebody. I hope they don't say Machi because that would be really effed up. And I know they'd be lying. And I also thought it was kind of weird to say it was Darian. And I'm not sure. The twists just keep on coming. I know, they're just crazy. What the heck? What the heck is this? What? Even Claudia's like, what? the secret agent? Is this the victim? Our undercover Interpol agent was Mr. Letus himself. He was apparently in the middle of an operation. So when he wrote those letters, he was trying to tell us his own identity. The letters? Wait. Well, that's a lyric sheet. This is investigation. That's a postcard. Oh, I see. I see what they mean. And a cautious killer tried to wipe him away.
Mr. Letus was an undercover Interpol agent. So him being Lamar's manager was just a cover, most likely.
There's one other important detail I found. Well, out with it. It concerns that 45 caliber revolver, the murder weapon. Apparently it belonged to Romain Letus. He had an Interpol permit to carry firearms, and the registration number on the revolver matched. I mean, I had a feeling it was gonna be his, or at least the secret agent's. You know, like, it just kind of felt like it was supposed to be. Because who carries a revolver that strong? You know? That intense. So bad that it could dislocate your shoulder if you don't know how to use it. So the victim was killed with his own weapon, which makes sense. It's hard to imagine someone who wasn't an Interpol agent with such a large revolver. So the victim was an Interpol agent on an undercover cop? I wonder how that ties with everything. Cheesy peas, I can't read today.
It's gotta tie in somehow, you think.
Yeah, somehow. Thanks for looking into that for us, Detective Crescent. It's a great help. Oh, no problem at all, Your Honor. I'll be heading out. Hold it! Oh! 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 Oh my god, girl. Oh! Wait. Lemar, is it something the matter? Voice just now. Darian? Mr. Darian, is it? It was him, I'm sure. Knew it! It was right there! The evidence was right there. It was there the whole time. Come here, come here. Shh. The evidence was there the whole time, right? It's even in the audio that was played during the concert. The whole shebang-a-bang. It was his part of the whole thing. Very weird. It was very weird. I thought that was suspicious. I'm like, first, he's the first suspect on my list. The red lights. Wee, wee, wee. That guy. He's number one on my suspect list. Like, something was up with him because it's so weird. That it's just, you know, this random guy that we'd never seen before until now, who's been a detective for a long time. He's now in this band, and in the band, he can't even play the instrument without effing up somehow. So, like, bing, that's weird. That's and then all of a sudden, the blind kid is getting, or quote-unquote blind kid is getting, is being made a suspect. Bing! That was already a suspect number 2. And then like, knowing that the the suspect wiping the information of the agent. Why would he want to wipe the information? Maybe because he's in trouble. This is probably weird. We've never seen him before until now. He's been in hiding. We haven't seen him in a long time. Bing! Suspect. Bing, 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 bing. The lights are going. Bing, 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 bing. And the sirens are going hard and heavy. And I know it was him. I know it was him. Oh! Say what you want, but I believe it. Sorry, I went on a tangent. It was him! You aren't saying. That voice I heard talking to Mr. Laytus when I heard the gunshots fire. It was him. It was Mr. Daria. Is this some kind of joke? What? Wait. Oh! The courtroom fell into such a chaotic state the trial had to be suspended temporarily. I'd never seen that happen before. Of course, it's not every day that you get an accusation like that one. Lemore fingering Darion. Chris and poor choice of words. Not only is he a guitarist, he's a detective. Could it really have been his voice Lemore heard? Things were changing fast, and frankly, I wasn't sure I could keep up with it.
Hey, no whipping out now, Apollo.
Girl. Okay, we're gonna take a break. Let me save and then we'll take a break. Oh my god. What the freak? Oh my god. What was that? What was that? What was that? Okay, we're gonna take a break. Oh! What the freak? I don't even know anymore. I don't even know. But I knew it. I flippin' knew. I knew it was him. I knew it. I was sitting here the whole time. I was like, I bet you it's that one dude. It's that one weird dude. I've never seen him until now. And they say he's been a detective for God knows how long. All of a sudden, it's kind of like alarm bells going off in my head that something ain't right about that. And then when they play back the audio, his part of the whole thing is all effed up. I was like, something's weird about that. Something weird. Something very weird about that. Oh. I was sitting here this whole time like, I was like sitting in full belief that it had to be him. I knew it! I was sitting here the whole time. I'm not lying. I sat here the whole time thinking, I bet it's that one dude. I got a lot of suspicion for that one guy because we haven't heard much from him at all. And guess what? Now, they could turn this around. It could have been someone else. It could have been an accident. Who knows? But for now, my beliefs are fully in that it's this dude. I love it. Anyway, it's break time. It's time for break, y'all. Let's take a little break. We're gonna take a little breather. Take about 10 minutes. You know, I'm waiting until it turns 10 o'clock, and then we'll do the 10 minutes. But yeah, we're gonna take a little break. Get yourself some drink. Get yourself some eats. Get you a little snack. Do some stretches. Do some walking around. Take a nap if you had to, but it's only gonna be like 10 minutes, so you might just want to wait it out. Use the restroom. Do some breathing exercises if you're as pumped as I am right now and shocked. The absolute shock. Just absolutely as shocked as I am. Can't believe that. That's absolutely wild. But anyway, y'all, it is 10 o'clock. When we get back, it'll be... Oh, wait. We're coming back at 10:10, so don't forget, 10:10. When we come back, we will continue playing Ace Attorney. We'll probably play for about a little bit longer, and then we'll call it a night. All right? All right. Oh, that's not it. There we go.
Hello, welcome back. We're back from break. Welcome, welcome. Wait, I saw that. Whoops. Yeah, that was just me switching to the game screen on accident. It was nothing like, woo, surprise. I promise. It was just me accidentally switching to the game scene. But also, welcome in, Hiki. Welcome. I don't like that word. Which one? Switching? Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. I'm trying to think of like a word to use that's better than that. That was me accidentally clicking on the game scene. There you go. Bam. Fixed it. It's okay. We're good now. I can't guarantee that I'll remember that, so I apologize in advance if I mess up there. But hopefully that makes things a little better. But welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. We're back from break. You know, while we're on break and stuff, if I come in a little earlier than normal, you guys may notice I unmute my mic, and you'll just hear me like making noises stuff in the back. The one on screen. Huh? Where? On here? This? What? Or my be right back screen? I'm so confused. I'm trying. You may hear me in the background, just like
you know, doing whatever. The one on screen. Oh, this. Yeah, there's a few little quotes in there. I asked people if they could give me some like quotes from like their favorite quotes from some of the streams we did. Hold on. Oh, I think my sister got home. Yeah, and they're from like some streams that I did in the past. So they're actual quotes. I promise. They're not just goofy quotes. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, while we're on the Be Right Back scene, sometimes you'll hear me click back in, like with my mic or something. Like you'll hear my mic click on. That's me actually just clicking on. You guys can hear me in the background doing stuff. Thought that'd be a fun little addition to the waiting. You might sometimes like hear me saying stuff or doing things. I don't know. I just thought that'd be a fun little addition. It'll kind of feel like we're all kind of just chilling for a minute. Plus, it gives me a chance to like, you know, if I come in a little early, I can work on some stuff and all that good stuff. I can't really edit while we're doing streaming stuff because kind of loses the point of editing videos. But that's okay. That's okay. It's all right. Anyhow, I think. Oh no, wait. Here it is. Yeah. I put this in as play next because a Hiki came in, so I gotta play some Omori music. I need to add more Omori music. Hiki, what's one song from Omori that you would like me to add? That's what I want to know. I was asking and hoping Hiki would answer, but no one answered me when I asked last time. Is it playing again? Oh, it is. Oh, whoops. Wow, I didn't know it was gonna do it twice. Yeah. A home for flowers, tulip? Okay, I will remember to do that. Let me write that down so I don't forget. Because I was like, if there's one person that I would love to add a suggestion from, it's gotta be Hiki. Because I know Hiki or Vaughn. Because I know Hiki loves Omori. that's how she ended up finding the channel was through Omori. So I'd really like to at least put down a suggestion for her. But I can definitely do that. Tulip. Aw, I'm wearing your basil sweater. That's so cute.
That's so cute.
I gotta remember to add you as a mod, by the way. I gotta remember that. So I don't forget. I got it in my planner. I gotta remember to do that. As long as Hiki's still up for doing that. Okay. We gotta go back to the game. Back to the game. Back to the game. Up, up, up. Back to the game. Back to the game. Alright. Enough playing around me. Okay. For those just joining in, we literally found out the Mori Spotify account got hijacked. Oh, that sucks. Is it one of those, like, it got, like, the account got hacked into and now somebody weird uses it? I had that happen once. It sucked. Let me think. Oh gosh. Okay. Before we went on break, there was this whole big to-do. We originally thought we were defending a blind kid. Turns out, kid wasn't blind. But I think it's his adopted mother. I'm not quite sure. They work together. She's the one that's blind, not him. He's the one that's, you know, leading her to where she needs to go. They're trying to sell it. What? What on earth? Why? Why though? But yeah, found out she was the one that was actually blind. Um, come to find out that Romaine Letus, the victim, was a secret agent, and that was kind of a shock to me a little bit. But the biggest shock of all, and I was still talking about it even when we were during the break, just sitting there like, I can't believe that. Any songs by Tsundere Twin Tails is good background music. Is it copyright free? Because we can put it in there. Whoa. Yeah. The biggest plot twist I think I've seen so far for this stream is the lady, I think her name's Lamoire. I think I say her name wrong, but that's okay. The lady that we found out is actually blind. Says, I'll know who it is just by the sound of their voice because I definitely heard them. I know the voice. Like if I were to hear it right now, I would know. And this detective, I think his name's Darian, comes up and he's like, "Hey, I looked into that investigator, that number or whatever, that ID number. It turns out that that's Romaine Letus. Romaine Letus is the secret agent for the International Police Force." And then that's when Lamar just went, hold it, I know that voice. That's the voice." And I was sitting here the whole time thinking, it's gotta be him. It's gotta be. It's gotta be him. But anyway, continuing on where we left off, that's pretty much where we left off. I'm not sure, but many people use the music, especially Cute Circus and Head Empty. Let me write it down. I'll write it down. I'll have to do some research. I'm so weird about copyright stuff. I get really weird about it. I don't know what it is. But I guess it's like a, I don't want to say OCD. It's kind of like a very like I don't know. I get weird. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't want to say weird because it makes me sound like I'm like horrible. But I'll write that down. Tsundere Twin Tails. Twin Tails. Excuse me. Man, I hope this back patch does any justice because my upper back shoulder area is like sore and I don't understand. The noodles are floating on the left. Yeah. That's kind of a magician trick. There's a magician that lives here at this current time. July 9th, 2:12 p.m. Write Anything Agency. Yeah, this is the magician.
Hey, Apollo!
What?
Well, actually nothing. I mean, something. Or maybe not.
Out with it. The suspense is giving me an ulcer.
Well, the trial today, I was thinking, if you gave it a score, what score would you give it?
Score? Gee. I guess I would, maybe, I'm just as bad as you.
See, it's so vague.
Clearly. Machi avoided a guilty verdict, which is something. Though I can't say I'm any less confused about the case. Oh, here's the flashback. I asked Interpol about that number. I'm sure you'll find their answer intriguing. IPXX314206. The agent registered under this number was Romaine Letus. And the victim, Mr. Letus. Who would have guessed he was actually an undercover Interpol agent? What a mess. And we don't have any idea what he was investigating.
Well, true, but we know who shot him now. Lemoire told the whole court.
Wait. That voice just now. It was him. I'm sure of it. That voice I heard talking to Mr. Letus when I heard the gunshots fired. It was him. It was Mr. Darian. Maybe I got a little ahead of myself. Hold on. Maybe I got ahead of myself. Because she says she heard the voice when the shots were fired. But does she know exactly what was said during that time? Like, was it aggressive? Was it, like, just conversation? Like, what happened? I'm very confused.
It's another mystery, Apollo. I love mysteries.
I don't. Speaking of mysteries, what's Mr. Wright up to? I wouldn't mind asking his opinion.
Now that you mention it, I haven't seen Daddy around.
What? Is he some kind of stray that just wanders in? He's a stray cat. Just a stray cat that comes and goes as he pleases.
I wouldn't say that, but he has been going out a lot. Some top secret mission, he said.
Top secret.
Anyway, you can't just rely on him to save the day. And you've got me to help you. We'll be fine.
Fine, right. Well, time's a wasting, as they say. Let's investigate.
That's the spirit.
Darion did it? Lamora dropped a bomb in the court today. It was Darion.
Lamora said she's never forgotten a voice, right? That's so cool.
I guess.
What's that called again?
Elephant ears? I bet that's what they're called. Oh wait, that was Trucy. Somehow I don't think that means what you think it means. And she has to be wrong this time.
Wrong? Why?
I mean, look. Those gunshots were right during the concert.
That's right. I was burning up the dance floor at the time.
Right. Did you happen to look up on the stage? Maybe at Darion even?
You bet I did. He's one of the Gavineers' guitarists after all. He's so cool. Oh.
Right. All the Gavineers have a rock-solid alibi. He couldn't have shot Mr. Laytooth backstage.
But Lamora heard him, didn't she? She heard Darion backstage, right?
I mean, he's either wrong or lying very badly here. Yeah, I was about to say, that something seems a bit weird about that, though. That claim. Maybe there's something else we're missing, though. An Interpol agent.
I was wondering what is Interpol, anyway.
Huh? Interpol? They're the guys who catch the international criminals.
Why can't they just call them International Police instead of making up some silly name?
Yeah. Anyway, you think he was investigating Lamora?
Why would anyone do that? She's not a criminal. She couldn't be.
Don't be fooled by appearances, is all I'm saying.
But remember, I'm a magician, Apollo. I can spot a palmed coin at 50 paces.
Only were that easy. In any case, we know he was working on something.
I wonder if it was something that has something to do with something.
That something being our case, and the last something, I mean. Something like that. Frankly, the whole thing is making my head hurt. What was Mr. Laytooth up to? Trucy? Was that another one of your tricks?
It wasn't me. I can't even make Mr. Hat laugh like that.
Oh, snap! Wherever the mundane gives way to miracles, a word is whispered. Remier. The dad stash. A dad. Hey, the other day.
Hey!
Who's there?
We didn't just imagine that, did we?
I was wearing a silky hat. Friend of yours?
Hardly.
We meet again! Nice to meet you? Who are you? And you please stop smirking like that? Why, this is permanent. I had a stroke. I'm so sorry. I'll stop with that joke.
It's you! Uncle Valiant! Valiant?
Uncle Valiant? He's your uncle?
Oh, silly. It's the great Grammar... Grammari?
I don't know.
Valiant Grammari! The Grand Magician!
Yes, it is I, the great Valiant Grammari, as seen on television. You're gonna watch now on channel 15. And could you please stop smirking like that? You've already said this, Apollo. It's been a while, Miss Trucy. 7 years to be exact. The moment you were born. My, have you grown.
Good to see you again, Uncle Valiant. You look exactly the same.
I'm gonna take that as a compliment. I was very young when you met me last. This guy. I hate to intrude, but what is a great magician doing paying us a visit?
I believe it was you who wished to see me. So be quick with your questions. What? British. I do not quail, quick, or quiver. I'm quite tame. Though my stardom may sear the sight, I'm quite down to earth when he calls. He does have a certain aura to him, it's true. It's called Weirdo.
Let's ask him about the case, Apollo.
His aura sure isn't lost on our magician in the making. She's practically drooling with enthusiasm.
After all, Uncle Valent's one of Daddy's best friends. That's why I call him Uncle.
What? That you mean Mr. Right?
No, I mean my real daddy.
Oh. The face. Oh. The one that went out to get milk and never came back. Anyway. I was so out of nowhere. Tracy's real father? Oh my god. Chimney Christmas. Oh, my eyes. Cheesy Pete's. True Grimier? Grimirai? I don't know how to call him.
Wait, Apollo! Don't tell me you don't know about Troop Grammari.
Troop Grammary? Huh? No. But it does sound kind of familiar. Oh, lost life, lamentably listless lad. Oh, he does one of those tongue twisters. To not know the greatest troop of magicians on the planet? Valiant Grammari, the name began to surface in my mind. It was a name I'd heard on television as a child.
You bet you've heard the name. He made a cruise ship disappear and blew up an amusement park. Oh, and he made all this gold disappear from a safe. And then escaped from a high security prison.
You said he's a magician? I open the locks to hearts chained by mediocrity. This is the true miracle called True Grammari. Wait.
What, Apollo?
I do remember seeing you on television a long time ago. Were you with someone else? Like a duo?
A duo?
Yeah, you had a partner. Something Grammari. Yes, Zach Grammari. A masterful maker of magic, a capable crafter, a shining showmanship. A little out of control with the voice, but why is everyone so quiet?
Daddy.
Daddy? Oh, no. Ah! Her father was his coworker. No. The face. It's like she's seen some things. We gotta know about Trucy's dad. Please tell me about her dad. Once upon a time, the true Grammari included 2 grand magicians. Myself. I know, Hiki, this is so stunning. I feel like I'm getting whiplash. I already got enough neck pain going on, so this is too much for me. Myself, Valiant Grammari, and my partner, Zach Grammari. And this Zach... Oh, sorry, and this Zach was...
He was my real daddy.
Her face! Oh no! God, no! She looks traumatized. Trucy's father, a magician. I guess it makes sense. I had no idea.
There wasn't much point in taking... Oh, wait. There wasn't much point in talking about it. Not now that he's gone.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm not lonely. I've got my daddy, after all. And you make me laugh, Apollo.
Well, then I'm good for comic relief, at least.
Not that I see daddy around much these days.
I've been remiss in remembering my reasons for my visit. Reasons? 2, in fact. The first being, of course, to see you, Miss Trucy. Pulls a flower out of nowhere. Shoo. For you.
You don't know how happy I am to see you again, Uncle Valent. I know how to do that trick.
You're not really surprising me. I'm sure you are. Not one for modesty, are you? When I encountered you at the Coliseum the first time in 7 years, 5 days and 32 hours exactly. 3 hours and 27 minutes exactly. I knew it was you. I could feign contact my emotions. I wept oceans. And then I wept some more. And then I drank a hot chocolate. And then I felt better. And then I continued to cry anyway. Because it's healthy to cry, darn it. And then letting you now defend that poor pianist, that blinded boy. It was a hot topic of talk amongst the staff, you know. And defend him you did.
Well, it wasn't all my doing.
I'm his defense attorney, actually. My other reason for coming here today was this.
That's a videotape?
Why, so a recording of the concert, no less. I've bought it for you, Trucy, on behalf of Troop Grammari. Will you watch it? Let me guess, this is a magic show? Oh! Sugar, sugar. That night in your embrace, when you come with the keys. I don't know how to sing this. I should just stop singing this. I don't know what I'm doing. What? Claymaire's still saying this guitar out. He's like, oh god, it's on fire.
Wow, it's almost as good as it was live. So what's the word? Mysterious?
There are more mysterious things than her song going on. Indefinitely. Way more mysterious. This Valent Grammari has good reasons to be here today. But I wonder what his reasons were to be at that concert. I just really like that band. Come on now, I can't enjoy a band at my age. The audacities. What's this you would ask me of for a miracle? Free fuel? What? Then thy wish be granted, thy will be done. The evidence evicted into the ether. No evicting, please. Are all magicians like this, I wonder? I was wondering, that stunt in the middle of the song there.
I didn't see a stunt.
What about Lamorne vanishing and reappearing?
Oh, that? I guess I'm so used to seeing that happen I didn't even notice.
So young to be so jaded. A simple sleight of hand, a petite prestidigitation? Huh? A modicum of magic from me to you.
So that's why you were at the concert.
Yes. I was there to watch my trick take to the air. So you're the one who knows how it was all done. Of course, I am like a deity with the stage as my domain. Excuse me. I suffer no mystery upon those blood-lipped lords.
not grasped tightly twixt my fingers. It is a potent primeval power I possess. Cheesy Pete, Fallon, please. Well, do you think you could tell me how it was done?
Hey now,
Trucy,
that's like totally against the rules, Apollo.
but during a murder investigation, it's not. Mais non. Mais no. What? There we go. Mais non. For my illusions are mine alone, monsieur. Also what? Recall that the terrible occurrence happened later. Well, after my illusion entranced the audience. Oh. Don't even ask, I won't answer.
Too bad for you, Apollo.
Whose side are you on? Oops. I, Valen Grammar, I now make my leave, Miss Trucy.
There's no need to rush, Uncle Valen. You should stay a while.
I'm afraid I cannot. I may not. I shall not. I have been asked to assist with analysis, and so I shall slink back to the scene. So you'll be at the concert venue today? Correct, if you could watch. If you would call on me, come to the Coliseum. Oops. See you later, crocodile. It's in a wild crocodile. Okay. With a whirl of his cloak and a wink of his eye, he turned and walked out through the door. Normally. No smoke, no mirrors, no nothing. He's just like, I shall make my leave. Have a nice day. I have to go. He just walks out, comes back. Hey, I just wish to ask, where shall I, where do I go exactly to get a bus fare? Where can I go for the bus? Like, where can I go? I love it.
Well, there you go, Apollo. Let's get cracking.
Right. Valen Grammari. I've got a few more things to ask him. Foremost among them, that a bit of magic that made Lemoire disappear. And how he knows Trucy and her real father. I didn't mean to press that. Okay. Sunshine Coliseum, July 9th.
Whoa, what a great day! It's a perfect weather for sleuthing.
The weather matters for an investigation?
Don't some days just feel like magic days or defense days?
Sure. Let's get started, shall we?
Right on. Show us your stuff, Apollo.
What stuff?
Your voice training. This is the perfect place for it.
I did enough at home, thanks.
Aw, there's no need to be shy.
Keep that up and you'll never make it on the big stage. I'm happy in the courtroom. Thank you, I am a lawyer. Ah, boo. I messed that up.
Then you're in luck because it's lawyer weather day today. Don't you just want to face the blue sky and shout, objection?
Look, the weather has nothing to do with lawyers. Let's get going already.
Look, a blimp.
Those balloons next to it have ad banners on them.
Let's see. Big sale. All shirts 50% off.
Oh, it's an ad for the department store next door. Is this the little possum? What is he? I can't remember. Little dude. Badger. That's what he is, a badger. What's that creature there?
Oh, that's the police mascot, the blue badger.
It's life size?
Haven't you seen them around town, patrolling the streets?
Yes, now even Law and Order has a mascot. I'd run for that thing, even if I wasn't a criminal. Why does its head wobble like that when it walks? It's freaky.
I don't think you're showing true blue badger spirit, Apollo.
I don't think I need to. Look, a massive sign for the guilty as charged store. A giant prosecutor Gavin stares out over the arena.
Ooh, maybe I can take it to the office when they're done with it.
Where would you put it? You couldn't even get that thing through the front door.
I'll put it outside. I bet it'd look good. It'd be good for business.
Just as long as no one comes expecting us to prosecute.
Well, if anyone comes looking for a concert, leave it to me.
Is this part of some weird twisted plan of hers to make her singing debut, I wonder? You think? Welcome in, Surface Wave. Welcome. We're playing Ace Attorney. Can I move any more around here? Backstage hallway? Yeah, there we go. July 9th, backstage hallway. Ah, Mr. Attorney. Lamar! I'm sorry about the day. There's nothing you need to apologize for. You were merely defending Machi. Are you okay? Alone, I mean. Humans are blessed with 5 senses. Even rob the one, we get by. Though it doesn't make being a witness rather difficult. I'm realizing this is loud. Why is it so loud? Really don't get that. So sorry if my voice is getting kind of overshadowed with the music. It's just so unusually loud. Though it does make being a witness rather difficult. Speaking of seeing, you knew who we were before we spotted you just now. And we weren't even talking. I heard your footsteps several times the day before.
Oh. You must have great ears.
Ears that heard the crime taking place. Did you do pacifist? Huh? You mean like pacifist in like Undertale or Undertale Yellow? Because yes to both. I always do pacifist. Or so she claimed yesterday, but how? Good thing she's here, because we can ask her. That was quite a statement you made today in court. About hearing Darion Crescent's voice at the scene of the crime. I did not know his name, but I never forget a voice. I'm supposed to do it? Undertale? Oh, okay. Well, I recommend it. It's fun. Wait. Lemore! Is something the matter? The voice just now. It was him. I'm sure of it. No way. As I said in court, I was on my way backstage from the stage. That is when I heard his voice. I'm guessing Darion and Mr. Latus were talking about something? The next moment I heard those gunshots. Why didn't you call security? To be honest, though, the noise was quite frightening. I never imagined the gunshots might be real. And I was in quite a hurry myself. I left the scene at once.
So, it really was Darion's voice that she heard.
But I'm stuck on Asgore? Well, unfortunately you have to beat Asgore. You have to actually fight him. And then it'll move on from that. You'll see what I mean. You have to defeat Asgore. Yeah. At least she certainly thinks it was. I met Machi before my debut as Lemoire. I was singing in a restaurant in Virginia. And he was playing the piano. Cheesy Pete. I cannot read right now. I don't know what's wrong with me. Yes. He was very kind to me when he learned I could not see. Is that when you started playing opposites? With Machi pretending he couldn't see? No, it wasn't then. That began after a major debut. After I became known as the landscape painter in sound. It must have been tough for you, Machi. Pretending he couldn't see and all the while acting as your eyes. We held hands always. He would write with his finger on my palm to signal to me things I should know. He is a smart, gentle boy. I think I see what she's getting at. Machi would never harm a soul. About Mr. Latus. Ah, yes. He was an Interpol agent, I hear. So, you had no idea? Of course not. No one did. I guess that's what it means to be undercover. And someone was after him. They had to know who he really was. Why did he pose as my manager? I do not understand. You have no idea? I can only assume that he was investigating me. But why? What makes you think that? Perhaps it is not so, but I cannot deny the possibility, because of my condition. As my present is veiled in darkness, so, too, is my past clouded from memory.
Clouded. Right. I think we'll get this last one, and then we'll probably call it.
The darkness that I fear is not the darkness that I see whenever I open my eyes. The real darkness lies in my heart.
In your heart?
I have no memory.
Sorry, I'm looking at the thing.
I have no memory of the time before I became Lamoire. I woke from darkness into the darkness, you might say. I was singing in a restaurant those days.
What was it that she said about not being able to remember the light?
I do not know my past. Perhaps I committed some terrible crime in my past. Everything before becoming Lamoire is lost to me.
But I don't think you...
I can think of no other explanation. Why else would an agent of Interpol approach me?
You think your past might be related to this case?
No way, that seems really unlikely to me. I mean, you're such a sweet person, Lamoire.
I thank you. Machi, too, tells me this often. What? Goodness gracious. I thank you. Machi, too, tells me this often when I fear who I might have been.
Cheesy Pete's, I cannot read. Oh! Cannot read for the life of me. I do not understand why. Anyway. I have to think of how... No. Sit. No. Ah. How do I do that? How do I do it? Oh. I don't know what that did, but it's definitely not that. Let me look at... Where is it? Where is it? Controls. There we go. Figured it out. Wow. There. Okay. Now we can go to here and click this. I'll go ahead and switch the song. Ah, perfect. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and call it there. What a crazy event, you know? What a crazy moment. Hold on, I'm trying to... Ugh. Let's see here. Gonna write down my notes. Just gonna call her Siren because I can't remember how to spell her name. There we go. Just writing myself a few notes. There. Okay. I wrote myself a little note. A little notey note. Hold on a second. Oh, my back. Yo. What a crazy turn of events, you know? First, we thought that maybe Machi was being wrongly accused. And now we know he's being wrongly accused. But, we can't say it was because of his blindness or anything. Because he's not blind. It was actually Lemoire, or however you say her name. We also met Valant, which is, Trucy's, like, uncle, which is weird. And
I'm so sorry to laugh, but every time she said like, my daddy, she had this look on her face that was like years of trauma in there. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna call it here. I hope you guys have a good night. You know what time it is. It's time, alright? It's time. I know there's not really anybody saying anything here, but it's time. It's time for bed. It's time for sleepy, sleepy night time. I just realized I didn't have the thing up. Boo. Boo. There we go. There we go. Now it's up. I'm gonna put this over here. Bam. It's time for bed. It's bedtime. Time for sleepy sleep. If you got school or work going on, I wish you luck. I know that stuff sucks. Although it's summer vacation, I hope you're having a good summer vacation. I know we're in the middle of it at the moment. Please do subscribe if you're new around here. We're trying to reach 300. The reward for 300 is a surprise. It's a surprise that I'm not gonna reveal what it is yet. Just know it's gonna be like a cool little stream thing. I have done it in the past and people have been asking me if I could do it again, and I'm more than willing to do so. I'm very excited to hop back in and do that again. So, and somebody guessed it right, but I'm not gonna say who or what. Just know somebody got it right. But anyways, do subscribe. It's very much appreciated. We're also getting likes. We're taking likes for Undertale Yellow, I think it was. The last Undertale Yellow stream. If you wouldn't mind liking that, we're trying to reach 20. And if we reach 20, then I will... Where is it? Actually, I can do it this way. If we reach 20, I agreed I would play Cuphead. Whoever subscribed just now, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're so close. I'm so excited. Oh my god. Yeah. So excited. Oh my goodness. Thank you thank you so much for subscribing. I'm so sorry. I'm tongue-tied at the moment. Anyhow, do I got anything else to know? Oh, tomorrow. Tomorrow we're supposed to play Little Goody Two Shoes. We're actually gonna start a new path in that game, which will be really fun. If you haven't played that for yourself yet, by the way, I would recommend it. It's really great. It's supposed to be a horror game, but it's not super scary. It's more on the creepy side. But it's still a good time. It really is. All around great time. And then Saturday, I think we're doing Hue, if I remember. Oh crap, come on. This is why I should really write these on the day of or something. Come on. Boo. There we go. Yeah, the Saturday we're gonna be playing Hue. Be good stuff, be a good fun time. Anyways, I hope you guys have a good night. I hope you take care of yourselves. Self-care is important. Love yourselves. You're the only you in this world. And I will see you tomorrow for Little Goody Two Shoes. Anyways, bye-bye, y'all. Bye-bye. Where am I supposed to click? Bye-bye, y'all. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I'm gonna hit the wrong one. Here we go. Bye-bye, y'all. Bye-bye. 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 Thanks for joining in. I appreciate it. Thank you for subscribing. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.